Alrighty, guys, it is getting closer to Christmas. So, Merry Christmas to everybody. I just kind of want to start off with, I guess, what kind of may run out of went down um, last weekend. Uh, so, basically, we pick up daughter from the pickup location, and we're driving home, and daughter informs us that she knows the definition of bastard. Okay. Sometimes I tend to forget that kids don't generally know information like that, but Cody and I looked at each other and we're just like, what the hell? This girl's all 8 years old. She shouldn't know that. So, we're like, really? Well, where'd you hear that from? Now, mind you, I know for a fact that Cody and I have said that word before. Um, like when we're talking to like one of our characters on our game or like a piece of paper, a pen, just stupid random little inanimate objects that don't listen. Um, but we really try not to use that word. But so she goes on, she informs us that it's an illegitimate child. That's what that word means. Like, well, who'd you hear that from? Because at that exact moment, we weren't necessarily thinking we have said that before. Um, but apparently her mother um, informed her what the word means. Why the hell you would inform an 8-year-old child what the word bastard means, why they need to know what the word means. If you looked that word up today, it has like between 4 and 6 different definitions. But the main legit definition is an old fashioned term for a child born out of wedlock. Um, so that I had to explain, you know, child born out of wedlock means a child born before their parents were married. And apparently, not even apparently, daughter knows that her mom and dad were never married. And from what I understand, it was reiterated that mom and dad were never married. And daughter was born before they were married. And that's what the definition of bastard means. So this child is under the assumption that she's being called a bastard. So you might want to fix that. I came back with the whole, well, that is an old fashioned, it's an outdated term that's no longer used. Back in the day, yes, people were shunned from families. They were kicked out of families. They were sent to uh, facilities where they could have this child in secret and then go back home like nothing happened, and then another family would adopt said child because it was a big no-no. Nowadays, who freaking cares? Everybody. There's so many people. I'd like to say everybody and their brother, but that's not even the case. Uh, there's quite a lot of people who are not married these days. Um, they don't get married for lots of reasons. And it's not because their bad people. They just don't want to get married. To each their own. There ain't nothing wrong with that. But to make a child feel like they are less than because of that, I made sure that daughter knew not to call people that. Not to say anything. Because there are so many kids who are born without their parents being married. And it's not a big deal. It's not. This day and age, who freaking cares, you know? Well, I went on to tell her that it makes somebody look extremely ignorant to call somebody that. To refer to somebody as a bastard. You are degrading the other person, and that's not okay. So we got to have that lovely chat with daughter on the way home Saturday night. Next up is the recent text messages. Now, normally Cody don't reply to these. Unless they're like important. He keeps Angel blocked most of the time. Now, we ended up making not even we, it's Cody's phone, so he ended up making in a group chat because he has a secondary phone at the moment, and he wanted both numbers in the group chat, so that way he always has access to what's being said in the group chat. Because sometimes I borrow his phone, and so something comes up in there while he's got it unblocked for reasons he'd like to know. That way we're not going back and forth switching, whatever. Well, the other thing to know is that Angel created the group chat that was being used, okay? So, now, over the weekend, Cody and I went over a holiday break schedule for our daughter, so that way Cody and I, and then Angel and her family, would have the best, schedule for daughter to go back and forth. Now, mind you, it is an even numbered year, which means, in Cody's case, that Angelica gets daughter Christmas Eve, and Cody gets daughter Christmas Day, which means that from the time school's let out for Christmas break until the 24th at 9 p.m., Angel will have daughter, and then Cody will pick daughter up at 9 p.m., and then we'll have her until whatever day it was in the schedule, like 10:30 in the morning. In the schedule, we ended up giving Angel a day to a day and a half more time than we gave ourselves. Purely accidental, but it worked out the best way to switch back and forth. But we sent that schedule over yesterday. And we let her know. We sent it via email as well. And we're just like, hey, you haven't replied to that yet, so here it is again. And Cody put it in the new group chat so he can keep an eye on things. And so she came back with, and might be a longer video, guys. I was going to see, this is what Angel said. If you would take her daughter 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. Christmas Day. Brother's here to surprise the kids for Christmas this year, and he leaves the 29th. It would be nice if we could start working all this out for daughter. She's getting older and it's really affecting her. Well, yeah, that's why we sent the schedule over. But seeing as how we hadn't heard from anything from Angel about holiday break, Um, that's why we went ahead and just made up the schedule and sent it, and we'd already had plans as well. So since we already had plans that we can't exactly cancel, Cody told her, we have things going on Christmas morning. I'd rather not disrupt plans already made here. So that last message was at 8:14 p.m. on December 10th. So this morning, she's like, this isn't even the right group text for daughter, and there is a number in this group that doesn't belong per my court order. So don't respond here. It's not the proper one. Well, again, Angel's the one that made the last group chat. And everybody in that group chat, it is Angel, her mom, her grandma, Cody, his mom, and then there's like one or two numbers that we have no idea what's in there. And I know dang well those two numbers that Cody and I have no idea whose are, they're not in there per court order. But, Cody came back with, there is no court ordered group. We are court ordered to text. Text in the right group, Cody. So, he says, this is the new group. And by the way, there isn't a court ordered group, Angelica. There's not. There's someone in your group that doesn't belong here. So, no, it's not. Well, if that's the case, then the two numbers plus, first off, the two numbers that are not labeled don't belong in the group chat, and the other one either. We don't know who they are, so why do you think you can have people that we don't know in the group chat, but you can't have people that you don't know the number, so we're not allowed to put it in there? It don't work that way. So, Cody comes back with, you don't decide which group is the proper group. She doesn't. Your mom and grandma don't belong either. And he's right, but also then his mom don't belong either. You know what I mean? Like I stated, this is the new group. Don't like it, then go cry to the courts. It sucks when you don't get your way, huh, Pickles? Now, I will say, yes, normally he doesn't. He's been really good. He doesn't just friggin' message her back anymore. Most of the time, just ignores her. But today is a little bit different. So Angelica comes back with, they are court order to care for daughter. This other person you have in this group isn't and shouldn't be a part of what is discussed about my child. My child has a right to feel safe and have her privacy. Now, I'm assuming she's talking about me, which the number in the group chat doesn't even go to my phone. Like, here's my phone. Here's Cody's other phone. So, Cody comes back with, sucks. So Angel says, I can't believe the courts let a child parent a child these days. Wow. Where did our morals and values go? And the care of the well-being of my child? And she stated that as a question. So Cody said, this is the new group chat. I'm not going to argue with you about it. And then goes on to say, are you retarded? Legit asking her, because where did our morals and our values go? In the care of the well-being of my child? That's her speaking in the text. I'll post all of these after I'm done here. But she's so concerned about the well-being of her child. When daughter was toddlerish age, Cody and his brother went up to the old meat spot, pick-up drop-off location, to pick up daughter from Angelica. Angelica proceeded to attack Cody with a phone and bash him in the head with it, make him bleed. She ended up serving time for that. but also put daughter through 3 tests, and each one came up false. So yeah, you're not a fit mom. That's what Cody's saying in the group chat. Not to mention you were with a offender, And so Angel goes on to say she was touched in your care. There were bruises to prove it, and I still have the paperwork from the hospital proving it. So stop being a child. Well, I'm sorry, but that hospital paperwork that was showed to the courts, legal binding paperwork from the hospital, said there was nothing inconclusive. There's no proof that anything happened. And also, every time daughter supposedly said that this happened. Now, mind you, at a certain point in time, Angel's visits were supervised at, I believe, like the Y or something like that. Some organization like that. But she was not supposed to be in the room with daughter alone. So the people there, whoever it was that was supposed to be watching the interaction between these two, daughter and Angel, left the room like they were not supposed to do. And then during the time where those people left the room, Angel would come back with, oh, daughter said this happened. And it's in the court paperwork that this happened every time she was left alone with daughter. And daughter would never say anything to anybody else. Not one other person. And, daughter's like toddler. She's not even freaking in kindergarten. So she goes on to say that, right? Touched in your care, bruises, prove it, whatever. No, there wasn't. So then Cody goes on to say, wow, Pine Rest is what you need, retard. You're ill and also dumb. She was never touched. You sick fuck. Because she wasn't. She wasn't touched. It was proven by hospital staff that she was not. So Angel comes back with, I'm pressing charges. And then Cody comes back with, the courts even told your dumbass that. Which it reinstates in the court paperwork that nothing happened to daughter. So that's what the courts told her. And then he says, on what? Against the pressing charges. The truth? Here. Here's the group chat. And then she goes on to say, the courts aren't a doctor and don't understand the terms. The first judge did, but you're a snitch, and someday I hope they really stitch your ass like it's needed. In fact, mob needs to take out your entire bloodline, except my child. The old ways need to come back to solve the fucked up generations continuing. By the way, your bitch needs to stop forcing my child to call her mom. She hates your bitch, and your bitch will never be my child's mother. In fact, go get that DNA test so you will finally know the truth. Daughter isn't yours. Haha. She knows the truth. In the court order, it literally states that no parent is to deny the love or affection of the other parent. So the fact that she outright admits that daughter knows the truth, that means, and wait for the next part, it's just a tiny bit back down, but just wait for it. That just proves that you're going against the court order right there. In fact, some mob needs to take out your entire bloodline. Because that's... And also, reiterating, I've never once even asked daughter to call me mom. And she don't. And I don't ask her to. I have asked her to call me Addie. Because that's what I go by. And that's what she does. I've always made it a point to tell her I'm not looking to replace your mom. I'm not looking to quote unquote fire your mom. Your mom's your mom. Your mom is, you love her. And I want you to love her. And I want you to have fun with her. And I want you to bond with her. And, everything that a mother and daughter should have. And that's what is told to daughter here. Because that is the right thing to do. Daughter doesn't need to be pulled into whatever ignorance you have going on or whatever annoyance we have with you. Daughter don't need to be pulled into that. And she don't need to know about it. And then, so Cody comes back. That's a threat, dumbass. So go ahead and press charges. And, it's just like technicality. That's an indirect threat. But technicality, it's also not a threat. So it's null and void either way. So it's just stating a fact. It's not a threat. They need to come back and take care of your ass. But you're a crybaby, so get mommy and suck on her titty. So, because, Angel keeps going with the whole daughter isn't yours. But she swears up and down she didn't cheat on Cody. But daughter isn't his. Help me make sense of that, please. So, Cody comes back with, you're a retard and scum of the earth. Daughter is mine, and if you want to state you cheated on me, that's cool. Just means you're a whore and you're easy. Hence why you got with a sex offender. And then he said, yeah, go be with your dad. The world would be more peaceful. Now, should he have probably said that? No. But hindsight, her dad's dead. Her dad died a long time ago. Not positive one. I don't really care. But she's like, you're so uneducated. All I hear is shit coming out of your mouth. Non-graduating ass. That's why daughter gets her brains from me. She doesn't, thankfully. By the way, you telling me to commit suicide is a crime. So thanks, because now I can prove you killed my son's dad. All he did was say, yeah, go be with your dad. The world will be more peaceful. He didn't go tell her, go kill herself. He'd be telling her to go sit at the freaking cemetery or with his ashes or whatever. He's not telling her to go kill herself. Would we be sad about it? Probably not. Should I say that? Probably not, but I don't care. And then, so her son's dad killed himself. Angel claims it's because Cody sent him the same type of message before it happened. Obviously, we will never know what happened, but I've heard also from multiple sources that Angel would send pictures of son and her and Cody together and send them to son's dad, brother's dad. And it drove him to it. So there's a lot of hearsay with that. But I think she's reaching for well past the straws at this point. So, Cody's like, you're a grade A retard. I have a diploma, bitch, you don't. And that's when she said, you sent him the same message before it all happened, dummy. Laugh my ass off. Go to Pine Rest. Is what Cody said. So she said back, I have a diploma and college under my belt. So that's to be determined if she actually has college under her belt, because she sure don't act like it. And she, in my opinion, does not show the brains for it. But she also, right here, now, remind you, when she set up here, in fact, go get that DNA test so you'll finally know the truth. Daughter isn't yours, and she knows the truth. Okay, so the last thing Angel said was, I can't wait for daughter to see her dad this weekend and her brothers. So she regularly tells daughter that Cody is not her dad. In fact, while daughter is there, she has to call Cody Cody, not dad. She's not allowed to. I'll be posting these up as I go along with, but they'll be up there somewheres. But yeah, should Cody have probably replied the way that he did? No. Do I blame him for replying the way he did? Absolutely not. It is what it is, and Cody and I are both under our own opinion that she is an ignorant waste of space. But that is just our opinion. But the fact that she tells her children these things, probably not the brightest tool in the box. Again, my own opinion. But I'm sure I'll have more to share with you guys at a different time. But for now, bye-bye.